Oh, hey. We all remember sitting on the ground as children, ruining our spines, hunched over Legos for hours on end. As an adult, I wondered, why don't I build Legos anymore? And when I looked online to see if I could get some, they weren't just hundreds, but thousands of dollars. I mean, I would be paying the prices I spend on whole vacations for this stuff, and it's just pieces of plastic. What is a common broke 20-year-old like me meant to do if he wants to build Legos? Buy a Bionicle? No! That's preposterous. Instead, I'm going to go behind the back of the Lego company and do the thing no one ever said I couldn't do, and build a $450 Lego set in Minecraft for free. I've installed a Minecraft texture pack called Plastic Craft, which turns my world into Lego. And the best part is, it only causes some of it to cease to exist. Now that I have Legos in Minecraft, I need to find an expensive Lego set to build for free and undermine the billion-dollar corporation by not violating any legal policies. In order to do this, I'm going to secretly download the PDF instructions that are foolishly listed for free on Lego's official website for anyone to download. The set I'm going to build is the Lord of the Rings Eye of Sauron set, which costs a whopping $450. That's more than the Lego Death Star was when it first came out, and the Death Star is 9,000 pieces. The Eye of Sauron is only 5,000. What's worse is the Death Star costs $1,000 today, which is like 11 whole tanks of gas and only $200 cheaper than a 5-day trip to the Bahamas. Now, I can't afford gas or a trip to the Bahamas, but I can build a Lego set in Minecraft, which, as we know, is the same price. So by this logic, building a few Lego sets in Minecraft should have the same value as a used car. Let's get started. Lego, don't sue me! My first obstacle is not having the Legos I need to build the Eye of Sauron, but the real first obstacle is I don't even know what any of the Minecraft blocks look like as Legos. Luckily, I was provided with a list of all the Legos used in the Lego set. The only problem with this is there are 5,000 pieces, and I am not about to make a list of what Minecraft Lego looks the most like 5,000 different pieces. My solution to this problem, like all problems, is to be really lazy about it. Let me demonstrate. When I look at this picture of the Lego set, it's mostly black, and the only reasonable response to this information is to immediately go mine 5 shulker boxes of blackstone and hope I can just use blackstone for most of it. Which I did. There's also a bit of brown on it, so I got a reasonable amount of wood and then a large quantity of stained glass to hopefully make something that resembles the eye. As you could probably tell, this is a lot easier than finding a substitute for all the individual materials in the material list. Now that I have my Legos, I can start following the instructions and creating my masterpiece. But more importantly, I can start having fun in building Legos without paying Big Lego any money. Let's go ahead and grab these things and go find a place to build. So I like this cliff here. I kind of want to build it just like on the edge here overlooking the river down below. Looks like the first thing I'm going to do is clear out a bunch of trees. Well, there's only one way really to make this lore accurate. Well, this is probably enough space. As you can see, I've already placed down the shulker boxes. I have turned the larger part of this forest into half of a double chest. So I'm gonna start this build by grabbing some blackstone. Just a couple of stacks should be enough for now. And we're gonna make a big circle just on the floor here because it's literally just a big circle tower. Also, this block is really big. Am I crazy? Blocks aren't usually this big in your hand, right? Like that's... So this will be the front of it. It'll be like stairs coming out this way or something, I don't know. I'm thinking a circle kind of like this. I don't know, it might be a little too long this way. Let me... Okay, yeah, no, it goes straight over my shulkers here. I need to move these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I just finished building this giant circle. I'm gonna build this up 9 blocks tall now, and this will be like the first ring at the bottom. If you look at this picture of the build, you can see there are different rings going up that are smaller, stacked on top of each other. So that's how I'm gonna build the outline of this build, and then we'll go look closer at the instructions to see what the build actually has inside of it and what the outside detail looks like. Yeah, cue the next week. So I've built the circle up about 9 blocks. This is as high as I'm gonna make this outer part. I just want like kind of a platform to build the interior, like the inner tower going up to the eye on. Now you can see it a bit more clearly. I've brought this in a little bit. Now I'm gonna make another tower here about 5 tall. And then on top of this, I'm gonna do this again, and we're gonna make that next one like 3 or 4 tall. And we're gonna do that until we get to the eye. I guess I gotta do that now. This is how tall it's gonna be, not including the eye on top. Now, I think I'm gonna start working on the little details on the outside of the castle and working my way up. So I've been at it for a little while now. As you can see, this outside here has a lot more to it than it did before. So if we come around to the front, that's where the most of what I've done is. Oh, it is kind of difficult to see because of how dark it is, but you can see I've started detailing the taller part of the tower up there. I've made a fence up there and then another one above it because that's how it looks on the Lego. I've made this weird like stone thing that sort of comes around it. I don't know what this weird stone thing is, but it's on the Lego. I've been at it all day, so this is where I'm going to stop for the day, and I'll pick it back up tomorrow and finish the exterior and hopefully also the interior, but we'll see what happens. Well, it's the next day now, and I don't really have anything new to say. I'm just going to keep working on the outside. I'm almost done. Okay, so I don't know how well you can see everything because a lot of it is really dark. I personally can barely see any of it right now because it's the morning and I guess it's 1 p.m. now, but the sunlight is coming through my window and it's making it so I can hardly see the black parts of the build. So hopefully you have a better view than I do right now. This is where I'm gonna leave the outside of the build until I finish the inside, and then I'm gonna make the eye up here at the top last. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the inside. I cleared out this interior area, and as you can see, I've laid down these. If you look at the picture of the build, there's actually a bunch of columns in here separating the middle part, the lava part over here, and whatever this is on this side. So I'm going to start with the lava part. I'm going to clear out the floor here and make it go down a little bit. That way I can make the lava out of the stained glass that I brought, because I actually brought that as my substitute for lava. I filled this area in with my fake lava. It looks like the entire floor on this middle path and this right side is all just like stone or stone brick. It's not this black stuff. So I'm gonna go and get some stone. So I've made the floor, obviously, but I also built these pillars up and made their little cross sections that they have. Okay, let's go ahead and get started on the second floor now. I'm not the greatest table builder on the planet, okay? It'll do for now. I might come back and change it later. I'll probably not because I don't care. We're just gonna move on from this room and go upstairs. There's a stone platform in the middle here, and there's like a throne on it. I'll show you the picture here. This room is like a throne room, and I'm assuming it's like in the middle. Or actually, you know, I might build it back here. I've put in an evil throne here because that's what it has in the Lego set. And I also built like a little stage here so that if I were like, this is Saruman's throne. But yeah, no, if I were Saruman, I could sit here and have like some performance going on. And then if we go up, I also went up and made the next floor. This is the crystal ballroom. This is not in the Lego set. But if you look at this picture of one of the movies, of one of the Lord of the Rings movies, you'll see this room is supposed to be here. They didn't put it in the Lego set. So I had space because there's only supposed to be 2 more rooms, and I have space for like 4 or 5 more rooms. The next room after this one is supposed to be this one with the gate here. So I just had a bunch of extra space. So I put this room in from the movie. Then I'm gonna move up to this next one. Problem though, you may notice that this floor is incomplete, and that is because I ran out of Blackstone. I brought 5 shulker boxes of Blackstone and still ran out. We've got our 3 shulker boxes of Blackstone finally. This took a couple of hours. I have gotten 8 shulker boxes of Blackstone total for this build. I really hope this is enough because I don't want to do that anymore. That's a very long and tedious thing to have to do. So I hope I don't have to anymore. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just take one of these with me, and we're gonna go and finish the next floor. So this is our first new room. If you look at this picture, I have no idea what this room is actually supposed to be. So I just built a table, and I can't put a piece with mail on the table because it's Minecraft. Now, with this riveting room out of the way, we can see this next room. This one had basically just a lectern, so I put down a lectern in it and put a book in it. We are now going to be building the eyeball at the top. We're just gonna try something, and we're gonna see if it works. So let's go ahead and get started. I just want to prepare you mentally for what you're about to see. It is mediocre at best, and if I'm being honest, it's pretty bad. So we're gonna turn around. Okay, look, I just needed to get your expectations really low so it didn't look that bad. So, like, your first thought is like, oh, it's not that bad, because it's really not that bad. I spent, like, an hour trying to make this look good. This is the best, like, poop I could fart out of my butt. See, it's okay, you know, looking closer at it makes it worse. With that in the background, make sure you subscribe right now to see more incredible builds. If you want to see the tower without the Lego texture, too bad. So, see you in the next one.